first step would be to put the LB broth in all of the 14 ml fallopian tubes by using the 5 ml serological pipettes. Once you're done pouring the broth in all the tubes, then you can put the pipette back in the small plastic wrap where you took it out from. After we put it back, just twist it so that it can come out and put it in the biohazard bin, or you can also use a regular bin since it's just LB. As you can see, I was looking for the bin for a while. Okay, so as you can see, I have put the broth in all the tubes, and there's like 14 tubes. So once you're done, we will move to the next step. Make sure you look at all the escapees. The next step is after adding the LB, our next step is to add an actual bacterial sample into the tubes for it to grow. Once you have everything ready, the rod, Bunsen burner, actual bacteria, you can start heating the rod to make sure that it's sterile. Otherwise it can contaminate your bacteria culture. Make sure that it turns red and let it cool down before you put it in the actual bacteria. Otherwise you would just contaminate or kill your bacteria. Once it cools off, you can grab the actual sample of the bacteria and put the rod right into the center and not touch the sides. Otherwise you will end up contaminating your rod. And just grab the bacteria from the top. As you can see, I'm literally grabbing it from the top, not going to the bottom. I don't know, it's just gonna contaminate your rod. So once you grab some of the bacteria, you can make sure you properly close the cap and mix it well into the other tube. As you can see, mix it well and make sure that you don't have anything left over on the rod. Once you're done mixing up your bacteria, make sure to heat up your rod. As you can see, the flame is red. It just means that you had bacteria on the rod. And once it gets cooled down, once it's not red anymore, you will know that there's nothing on the rod now, and you can use it for the next tube. As you can see, you're gonna repeat doing the same thing pretty much for all the tubes. Just heat up your rod, make sure it's red, cool it off, just take the sample from the actual bacteria and mix it well onto the other one. Make sure the names, the labels match, and you're not mixing it up with the different bacteria, which you're not supposed to do. So the next step is pretty much the same thing that we have been doing, but this is just like the actual bacteria is on the dishes, on the plates, instead of being in the test tubes. So you should do the same thing. Grab the rod, you have the Bunsen burner on, you have your LB broth test tubes, and you have the dishes. You have the plates instead of the tubes. So you will just heat up the rod, make sure it's red, and once it cools off, you can grab the bacteria from one of the colonies and mix it up well in the LB broth tubes. three different ways where the bacteria can be stored. The last one is the frozen bacteria, which we can take from the freezer, and they're stored in the negative 18 degrees Celsius. So for this one, you would not need the steel rod, but you will need the inoculating glue. So pretty much what you do is just scoop out the bacteria from the little tubes and just mix it well in the broad tubes. So it's pretty much the same, but instead of using the steel rod, you're using the inoculating glue. Make sure you don't break it and hold it from the top and not from the middle or the like closer to the loop. And make sure to close it once you're done using it, so you don't contaminate the bacteria. So once you're done doing all the steps, your last step would be putting your test tubes into the shaking incubator. So this is my friend Liam. He was helping me out putting the test tubes into the shaking incubator. So make sure that you slant your test tubes and just don't put them straight, because by slanting, I think the bacteria grows better. And make sure that all the caps are closed and none of them are left open. Otherwise, the bacteria will be all over the incubator. So I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hope it helped you guys explaining it more in detail, and thank you.